Well, hello. My apologies, fine gentlemen. Trying to get this thing all coordinated and synced up for our viewing pleasure. Anyway, so tonight's topic, this medley of regret. Now, apparently, what we have is, and I got to give shout out to other content creators that enable me to be able to do what I do. And of course, I don't want to delay you, gentlemen. I know you're back. Shout out, Nick Nice, J.A., all the love. We are live right now on YouTube and Facebook. So, today's show. Don't want to, where's my manners? I am Gordon Nathaniel, your host of the Toxic Reality Show, where we delve into love, life, and living. That being said, we're coming in a little hot on our microphones. That being said, all of this is not meant to be I get a lot of, this is misogynist, and no, what we're doing is empowering and educating men and allowing them to find out about the pitfalls of life that is obviously not being shared to them. And when half of marriages end in divorce, and men are the ones being taken to the cleaners, as we see about every day in the news. Some new Hollywood guy is getting his butt handed to him in court. $20,000 a month, $200,000 a month, $1 million settlements for someone who didn't have any of the skills that man had to get where they were. And basically, this is taking from one and giving to another. It is theft. And one might even argue theft by deception. So here we are with these men who've been destroyed, some of them. And then people will tell me, well, Gordon, if you just get a prenup, you could do better than Sylvester Stallone's lawyer, Kevin Costner's lawyer, Tiger Woods' attorney. You got a better attorney than any one of these guys? These guys had some of the best and brightest attorneys working on their prenuptial agreements, and still, Dr. Dre still had to cake out millions. So the prenup is not the answer. But what's interesting is watching these women who one moment celebrate by posting pictures and videos of them burning their wedding gowns and how they're free and liberated. And then, more specifically, the older ones as they enter the dating market and the harsh reality of what it looks like today in today's dating market when you find yourself at a loss, where you are competing at 40, 50, 60 with 20 and 30-year-olds. And the dating market, the online dating scene is destructive to the ego at best. They're getting ran through by guys now here's the thing, the modern women, you are not allowed, you have control over sex, right? Men control access to relationships. So the new theme now for modern women is they're getting down on one knee. Not only are they controlling access to sex, but they're also controlling access to marriage and relationships, and they're crossing the boundary. So how do we fix that? Well, let's look at some of these videos. And again, I want to tell you who I am. Gordon Nathaniel, Toxic Reality Show. And we're going to be here every Tuesday. So like and subscribe, share with a few friends. Anyway, let's get to it, shall we?
Life has been more fulfilling for me since my mid-30s than it ever was before that. So just know that your best years are ahead of you and you are never too old and it's never too late.
This is probably the loneliest I've ever felt in my life.
And I'm in therapy and I'm in a codependency group.
I'm so done.
You have so much leverage and so many options, I can't even tell you.
When the check came, he asked me for $6.
Definitely think that I will stay alone forever.
My God.
Jesus Christ. Are we not opening doors anymore? Are we not doing that?
Never used a dating app in your life? Well, the good news is you're about to have so much fun.
They're delusional. There is no fun. They're getting run through.
Sunday night, we'll go and have a really fun night, something that you want to do. And instead he canceled on me. And I'm not going to lie, I'm very hurt.
You should have stayed with your husband. Your husband wouldn't have stood you up. Now, you could tell, right? Looking closely at the eyelids, this woman is definitely over 40, might even be in her early 50s. You can see the jowls, the wrinkle on the neck. You left a committed marriage to join the penis carousel of life. Let me slide over a little bit. To join the penis carousel, here you are, 40, 50, entering the dating scene, and he ghosted you. Why? Because probably someone younger and hotter showed up. Quite simply. What did Jonathan Poe say? Feminism struck again. Good evening. Yes, good evening, sir. This is what this video is priceless.
It's just very sad for me, and I'm very sad inside.
Bet you are. Go back to your husband, right? All of these women.
I'm officially done with dating right now. I deleted my apps, taking a break.
When I find that it's becoming too much or starts hurting my feelings or starts feeling like a job, I delete all my dating apps and take a break. And that's how you keep your sanity.
And he said, yeah, I already ate, but if you stopped and picked up some food, I'd eat again.
Yes, brother. Yes. Go get me some food. While you're at it, yeah, I can eat again. Make them spend money. Because they have no problem, gentlemen. These women, Jonathan, I'm telling you, these women have no problem sitting and watching you spend your last pennies and going ahead and letting you pay for it and bringing a doggy bag home for their kids or to eat for lunch tomorrow on your dime. Yes, let her go ahead because why? He who cares less controls the relationship. Dude didn't care. He's like, yeah, balls are empty. Why don't you go ahead and go to the store? I could eat again. Pick up something for me. Yeah, why not? She's sitting there like, but guess what? She did it. She did
Is
it.
the bar that low that you want me to drive to you and buy you food?
Brother, she did it. Believe that.
Men who are unable to be honest. Men who are unable to communicate.
So I just looked at Bumble this morning and he's deleted his account. What is going on in this world?
Welcome to dating, young lady. Well, madam, I should say. Yes, he hit it and quit it, and he deleted it the next day. You were probably a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday lover, and he continued on with his very merry day. Salute to you, sir. Enjoyed yourself, and you'll find a better prospect come the weekend.
Absolutely his loss.
His loss. I beg to differ.
Attract whatever you want and whoever you want just by being you.
Activate your inner goddess, your goddess. And
see, this is the nonsense that is being preached to modern women by these clearly delusional hallucinogenics this lady is on and telling her to tap into your inner chi and find. Look, you're over 40, you're over 50, and I'm not saying that you're busted and disgusted and you have no chance at life towards finding love, but we have to get to reality of the situation. You cannot sell a 2000 Honda Civic or Accord and expect market retail prices for it. The same goes with older women. You cannot go out there acting like I'm as beautiful as a 20 or 30-year-old and you should treat me in kind. No, just like the person who's aggressively selling the used car with high mileage, you should market and target yourself accordingly. Continue.
I want a man that is going to provide for me, that's going to treat me like a princess, that's going to be loyal.
You don't have high standards. You just haven't met someone yet who is willing to put in the time and effort to meet your standards.
So I know that I am worth more and that I deserve more. And the thing is like...
See, Imagine, if you will, Emilio, the penis carousel of life. Love the expression, but that's all they deserve. It's sad. Emilio, brother, what? Emilio, imagine me showing up with a 2010 car with 200,000 miles on it, saying, I know what it's worth. I deserve more for the car. The retail for this car back in 2010 was $45,000, and I deserve $50 now because it is wiser and smarter, and it's more traveled, and it has more degrees and stickers on it. What? Why not just get a new car for less? These women, they come with all of this baggage, and they're purporting like this is an upgrade. Gentlemen, don't fall for this. Again, I'm not saying kick all women over 30 and 40 to the curb. But what I am saying is we really need to look at relationships differently based on what you bring to the table, madam and sir. There's 80% of the men that these women like her are ignoring, saying, I know my worth. But guess what? The 20-year-old wants the same 45, 50-year-old guy. The 30-year-old, the 35-year-old, the 40, the 45, the 50, up to 60. You all want the same 20% guy. And you're ignoring 80% of American men. Because you deserve more and bring your standards down to reality, ma'am.
I am incredibly giving and kind and loyal. And
what can you give that a 20-year-old can't give? You got a mouth, she gives head too. And what's the difference? I don't care about your income and all the makeup that you wear. What can you give that a younger model can't give? What? What are you offering? Nothing.
Sweet and funny, and I'm emotionally intelligent.
Step into your goddess energy.
Tonight was the first official date with, I'm going to call him Superman.
Well, that didn't age well. I think I'm being ghosted.
Go back to your husband, and the children will be better and happier as well. What did Jonathan say? Single women keep single women single. Yes, they do, because the older ones do not pass wisdom like they used to anymore, Mr. Poe. 50 years ago, a 45-year-old woman would talk to a 20-year-old or 25-year-old and say, stay in your marriage, make it work, it'll get better, trust me, you'll be better for it. Now, the same 45-year-old is competing with a 25-year-old for the same man. They're not imparting any knowledge and wisdom. Why? Because their mother didn't teach them anything. It's interesting. But as they get older, the older women learn how to, all of this nonsense that they put online, making it look like they're strong and independent and I know my worth and my best man. When they get up in your crib, they're the first ones going checking the dishwasher, saying the dishwasher didn't do a good enough job. I'm going to hand wash it. Let me redo your laundry. You still got butt stains in your underwear. I'm going to clean this. I'm going to sweep while you continue doing your work. This is another one. Look at her neck. This woman's pushing 40, 50 years old, talking about, I'm going to call him Superman. And look where she is now.
Date 3, I wouldn't sleep with him. I actually asked him if he was emotionally available, to which...
Emotionally available. I'm going to do a show on this emotionally available nonsense. Because what it is they want emasculated men. They've been so stuck on birth control that it's warped their brains into the type of man that they're looking for. Now, we went from women wanting the Marlboro man back in the 80s to now they want some metrosexual nerd looking with thick glasses on who's sitting there sipping soy lattes with them. They want someone to paint fingernails with. It's a completely different man they're looking for to be emotionally connected. And here, guess what, gentlemen? When you do open up and emotionally avail yourself to them, they'll use that information to stab you in the heart, turn the needle, and turn the blade and pull it out and leave you bleeding. They will use every secret that you confided in them with and turn it against you. They don't want an emotionally available man. They want leverage to destroy you later.
She replied, no, I don't think I am. And well, it sort of downward spiraled from there.
Ben said, who can find a virtuous woman?
Exclusive, but I asked him if he was talking to anyone else or seeing anyone else. And he said, well, am I going on dates? No, but I'm talking to other women. And I was like shocked. absolutely shocked and probably really brokenhearted.
This is the level of desperation, gentlemen. You go out with a modern woman 1 date, 2 dates, and they think you're in a relationship because they're desperate. They want to be locked down with the term relationship so bad that they'll go ahead and like, so we kissed. Are we together now? Are we a couple? No, we're not a couple. You wanted me to wait 3 dates for sex. Okay. Well, we're going to wait at least 3 dates before we talk about a relationship. 3 times having sex before having a relationship. How about that? Since we want to play numbers games and multiply it times 10. Men are under no obligation. They are aging. They know that their currency is depleting in value while yours is rising. And when you have this mix inverse of value happening, they are quick and rushing. But why trust someone who walked out of a marriage and a commitment before God and children? Why would you trust them with monogamy and being emotionally available when they have proven that they are not? It's walking hypocrisy.
Because I probably could have.
Thank you, JR.
Could have gone
Thank
great.
you, Mr. Houghton. I love the comment. Thank you.
In the text, he told me that he was still with his current GF, despite the fact that when he'd broken up with me, he told me he never wanted to be in a long-term relationship again. And then he shared that she has been with women before and has a threesome fantasy. And naturally, he thought of me, and he wanted to know if I was single and possibly interested.
Way to go, brother. Way to go. I mean, what do you have to lose? What's she going to say? She's still single. He got, I guarantee you, younger woman. And he was like, hey, we got this little fantasy. Why don't you come over? I'll allow you some scraps. You could play with me and my girl and have some fun. No? All right, cool. There's somebody else. Enjoy the pool by yourself. What did that man have to lose? Rob said, what's the red flag of the day? The red flag is the delusion of these women. And again, I'm not here to beat up and destroy them, well, a little bit. But the issue is for those women who are watching and paying attention to say, don't follow this nonsense. You do need a man. Don't go with this nonsense of I'm free and independent and strong and I don't need a man. Yes, you do. We all need each other. Right? Said man cannot live alone. Man cannot live on bread alone. And it's not good for a man to be alone. So men aren't out there saying, I don't need a woman. No, it's women running out there talking about how strong and independent they are after they destroyed some men, and now they are financially stable because they stepped on a man to do it. Not all, but many of them did. Again, the top 100 women who are worth over $1 million, 98% of them obtained their money through divorce. 2 of them in an article that I did a show about, 2 of them were from being widows. The rest, divorce. Stats are there.
I am not dating because I just found out, thanks to TikTok, that I am a pick-me girl in recovery. All this time, I thought that I was so loving and so giving and such a great partner, and I am.
Which means loving and giving. And this is the funny part. And many of you who send me the clips from the dating websites, when they say things like, no one-night stands, that's because they already went through 10 to 20 one-night stands. And now they realize they thought that these guys, well, I have all these men all over me. They must want me. No, sweetheart. They're only there to blow your back out, and they kept it moving. And after about 10, you finally caught up, 10 to 20, finally figured out that these guys are just dragging their balls over your forehead and moving on to the next one. That's it. And then they're waking up, and now you come up, sir. And they want you to wait after the other 20 to 30 guys got first come, first served basis night of, but now you're supposed to be the one to be the virtuous man and put all of the time in. I think not. Let's continue.
Somebody who completely denies their own needs and wants and is like a Stepford wife.
Yes, you gave up everything, of course.
Dating is actually super fun after divorce.
I texted him saying that I was done.
Dating is super fun after divorce, and now here she is.
I didn't hear from him. I texted him again saying, hey, are we going to hang out? And nothing. And
So she gave up the goods. Are we going to hang out? Brother was like, no. Let's go with a little, and let's go with a bigger screen here.
I would say painful, but that wasn't the right word. I was living in a sea of pain.
Super, super fun.
I had no more heart to break.
Oh man, I'm not laughing at them. I'm laughing with them. Gentlemen, this is the reality. And again, 2030, we are in 2024. By 2030, statistic is that 45% of women between the ages of 24 and 45 years old will be single and childless, unmarried. The number is just getting worse for them. And men don't care about a woman's income in terms of finding a spouse. Women are the ones that care about income and a man who has the same degree or more as them. They are going to be in trouble as fewer and fewer men exist and have to face the reality that they may have to share or be a side option. This is their reality.
When it comes to dating after divorce, I just want to tell you, you have so much leverage and so many options, I can't even tell you.
So much
Welcome
leverage.
to another edition of Disaster Dates by the Divorcee. The most gorgeous men I'd ever laid my eyes on came up and talked to me, and we had this whirlwind romance that was across the country until the point where he said that he never meant anything that he said to me and everything was a complete lie, and he says that to all the girls. And the pattern is when he doesn't need me anymore and he has somebody else that he can cling on to that can provide him some sort of like validation through love, then he says terrible things to me to get me to go away. And I'm just really disappointed in myself because I knew better.
So the cycle with this one, he goes and bangs other young chicks. And then she comes in from across the country and he blows her back out for this whirlwind romance. He blows her back out. And then it's back to, then he probably feels bad for her. Listen, you should find somebody else. I don't like you like that. All we do is bang and fudge. We don't do anything else. I don't want to, say, who can find a virtuous woman rare? Bennett, you ain't lying. And it's like she goes through this cycle and he tries to push her away. Like, look, you should go find somebody else. You're too far. You this, whatever excuse he's given. She keeps coming back, getting her knees dirty, getting her back blown out, thinking that this is romance. And I'm just going to hang around because he's going to see that I'm the best catch. And look at her. She's still excited and in love with this man, but he keeps kicking her to the curb, blowing her out. And she comes back for more. And he's telling her, get away. And she's like, I'm just, then she wants to be the victim and blame him for he told you to get away. What more is he supposed to say? You show up probably in some lingerie, be like, I just want to see you. Let's spend some time. And he goes, okay, penis is hard. Let's bang it out.
But I'm also grateful for the experience because now I really know better.
Do you? Does she really know better? Jonathan said they brought it on themselves. Said they brought it on themselves. Sorry, but not sorry. Yes. Yes, they did. They did bring it on themselves. And this is their reality. Their toxic reality, right? And that reality is this. And I can't stress this enough. You should have stayed in your marriage. For those of you women who are thinking that the grass is greener on the other side and that there's so many men and you're getting a little bit of attention on social media, look, these guys are just trying to lay you down, bend you over, and blow you out. Okay? Stay with your husband. You guys go through this 5-7 year itch cycle where you're bored, and you're ready after you made all of these vows, swore to God to have and to hold till death do us part in sickness and health, good and the bad. You walked away from your own word, and then you created children, and statistically, we all know the children, you're not the exception to the rule. The prisons are lined with men and women who all share the same characteristics, raised in a single-parent household. Over half of the prisons, a teenage girl raised by a single mom has a 700% chance of being pregnant by 18. The kids, drug use, incarceration, all of the metrics. This is not going to be good for your kids, so who did you make the decision for? If you saw a train coming for your kid in the train track, would you not jump and try to save it? But instead, you left the kid there and said, "Duck, honey, the train's coming." That's what you did. You didn't care about your kid. You certainly didn't care about that man that you made vows with. Well, Gordon, it's not all men. I mean, it's not all women. Well, when the divorce rate is now 45%, it's gone down because men aren't getting married anymore because they're trying to avoid divorce. But when women initiate divorce 80% of the time, and if she has a college degree, it's 90%. What's the point? I feel sorry for any schmuck in the United States who's announcing he's getting married. It's like, dude, you got about 5-7 years before you're sitting here on a men's group crying. And welcome to the Toxic Reality Show then. You'll be watching all of my old clips saying, God, why didn't I watch? I just thought he was a misogynist, bitter dude. No. Jonathan said, calling themselves wanting to feel desired again. Oh, look, these were attractive women, Jonathan. They weren't ugly. Nobody said it. See, they mix up what it means to say, I want a relationship with you, as opposed to, I'm just trying to have sex with you. All these guys are all over me. Nobody's getting down on one knee. We're not the same. Stop this nonsense of thinking men and women are equal. We don't think the same. A woman said, I had sex with this guy and I put him in an Uber cab and sent him home. Let's see how he feels. Yo, chick just sent me home in a cab. It was the best. I didn't have to wake up, hug, and comfort her. None of that stuff. I just went straight to bed and had my best sleep. We don't think the same. Stop trying to equate how men look at things with the way you look at things. When you're looking for a man, you're looking for provision, protection, leadership. We're not looking for provision, protection, and leadership from a woman. So when you go up there talking about I'm strong and independent and I'm working and this, all of these women, now that they left their husbands, got their boob jobs done or whatever, got their Botox, all of that stuff at 40 years old, getting all the needles to their head, ass, titty implants. And now you're competing on the market with hard-body 25-year-olds who can eat 2 pizzas and not gain an ounce of fat. That's your competition. Should have stayed with your husband. For those of you who know a woman that's going through that, send them this video. Should have stayed with your husband. Hassan said, we are not the same. No, we are not. And it's time to stop equating to the way we think and the way you think. You older women who are in this video, them dudes are running through you. I don't blame them. Hot looking 40, 50-year-old, living your best life. Stick and move. They're not placing any requirements on you, nor can they. Because you're a 20-year-old car. Sure, it might run great, but you still got 200,000-300,000 miles on it. You got a lot of experience. I said this the other day. Just because, well, I've only had one husband and I was with him for 10, 5 years, whatever. You still were getting heavy usage. It doesn't make a difference if I buy a car that's 20 years old and it's got 300. It's only had one owner, all highway miles, but it has 300,000 miles on it. What? It's got 300,000 miles on it. Who wants that? You're an idiot when the engine goes out. Everyone's like, wait, let me get this right. Gordon, you paid $50,000 for a Honda Accord, a 2014 with 300,000 miles on it, and the transmission went out next week. Why are you surprised? It's got 300,000 miles on it, idiot. Right? It doesn't make a difference that it had one owner. It's still got the mileage. It's still been heavily used. It still has a lot of experience. And also, we are not wired the same. Women have a drug, oxytocin, that you emit. It's a bonding drug, the same drug that happens after you give birth and the baby's nursing. You're bonding with the child. When you've been run through by 10, 20, 50, 100 plus men, thinking, oh, I'm 40 and I'm 50 and all these men are all over me. No, you've just upped your body count. That makes it even harder for you to commit to a relationship. You'll be bored that much quicker, and the success rate of the next relationship continues as every man you sleep with goes down and down and down and down. So the only thing you are good for is entertainment. But smarter women are paying attention to shows like mine and saying, oh, shoot, he's right. This is what my body's doing. I need to start thinking about that. What did John say? That's that Steve Harvey syndrome, getting sent off, right? That's the problem, gentlemen. And these smarter women, if you are listening, you need to pay attention. Realize that because you've had your penis carousel riding around the whole carnival from penis to penis, bouncing around, now you've ruined yourself. And for the next man who, if he's an intelligent one, it's like, how can I commit? You walked out on God, you walked out on your husband, and you left your kids in a train line, on a train track. And you want me to trust that this time it's going to be different. No. So realizing that, ladies, you have to say, okay, I want a relationship with you, but here's the problems that I'm going to have to face through therapy, or just consciously know my will and desire to leave because I'm mad at you because there's another penis on the carousel. I have to fight it because I quit before, and every time you quit, it becomes easier to quit the next time. That's why it's not malicious to say that we shouldn't be with modern women or single mothers. It's because many of you single mothers have not grappled with that issue. That you've had so much sex and with so many different men that your desire to be committed, it's not that men don't want to be committed. I can't trust and believe that you can commit. As much as I may want to, you've already demonstrated that you're a quitter. And that you didn't even care about your kids. That's the difference. But Chelsea's like Brandon Edens looking at tell them to check it out. Welcome, Chelsea. There's good content here. The issue is now, modern women, you have to pay attention. You have to get on the program. You got to start thinking about life better and making those decisions. And yes, staying in that relationship. Stay with your husband. It ain't safe out in these streets for you. Because all we got out here is hard penis and pancakes. Some of them may commit, but most of them, the 20% that 80% of you want, they have their pick of the litter. All those women who are probably on dating sites, she said no one night, there's 2-3 other women that same night. Those guys have options, right? When you're in that class of man with that kind of money, you have plenty of options, right? You're a millionaire. You got a picture on your Tinder profile in your speedboat and a Maserati. You think that guy doesn't have about 20 women on a Monday night ready, and you say, "I'm sorry, I want 3 dates." Okay, next one. So these older ones are talking about, "Oh, I just want hard dingling." He said hard dingling and bubble gum. That's all that's out there for you. And of course, all these other women are telling you, this one said, "Know your worth, honey, and I know the right." You're going to be in a convalescent home, old and alone. It's still getting passed around, but the only way you're going to catch some is because you got the implants that you had 20 years ago. The best thing you could do, the only man that'll truly love you, hopefully it's still salvageable and you didn't destroy him, pay back every penny you took for alimony and child support as a love offering, said I was delusional and not thinking clearly, he was listening to my friends in society. Go back to your ex. With your kids will be ecstatic That's the only man that loves your kids like a father. Now, I'm sure some of you, he was a jerk, and there's probably a minor few, but I bet you if we get the conversation down, he wasn't the only one that was mistreated in the relationship. But you decided to listen to society. The man said, I'm just going to keep going to work. I got this wife and kid to take care of. You were like, I could do bad all by myself. I'm an independent woman, and I'll just find somebody else. What you found is hard penis, hard dingling, and bubblegum. Dudes are happy to stick it in a wet hole and move on to the next one for free. Happy to do that. That being said, Toxic Reality Show, hey, what did you say? He said abusive. This is the reality. Anyway, next Tuesday, I need you to tell some friends, gentlemen, and Chelsea. Tune in. I got tons of content. Come check me out on my YouTube channel where I have all my videos and the lives. We're going live tonight on both YouTube and on Facebook. That being said, bless you guys. Let's catch up again next week, Tuesday, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. We out.